Hello students, in this chapter some basic concepts of chemistry. We studied a very important topic, and that is laws of chemical combination. We also studied some numerical problems on the basis of various laws of chemical combination. Now, in order to verify the laws of chemical combination theoretically, and in order to obtain an internal look into the structure of matter, John Dalton proposed a theory called Dalton's atomic theory. John Dalton was an English school teacher. In 1808, he proposed atomic theory to verify the laws of chemical combination and to have internal view about the structure of matter. So in this topic, we will study the various postulates of Dalton's atomic theory, then what are its limitations, and then finally we will study Dalton's modern atomic theory. So students, let us pick up the various postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. The topic is very simple, and you have also understood this in the class 9. So what are the various postulates? Number 1 postulate, and let's understand that. Students, board पे focus कीजिएगा. This theory was given by John Dalton in 1808. What are its postulates? Every matter is made of smallest indivisible particle called atom. Second postulate, atom is the smallest particle of a substance which takes part in a chemical reaction. And third postulate, atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. Let us first discuss these 3 postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. Dalton says that every substance in the universe is made of extremely small indivisible particle, and that indivisible particle was named atom. I say atom. The word atom has been taken from a Greek word atmos, A-T-M-O-S, atmos. It's a Greek word which means indivisible. So the first postulate is that every material in the universe is made of atom. What is the second postulate? When a chemical reaction occurs, we know that one or different kinds of substances participate in that chemical reaction. The substances which participate are called reactants. The bonds in the reactant, the binding forces in the reactants are first broken down, and the reacting substances are converted to the smallest particles called atoms. And these free atoms, which are obtained due to breaking of bonds in the reactants, these free atoms are the smallest particles which take part in every chemical reaction. So we can say that atom is the smallest particle of a substance which takes part in a chemical reaction. Third point, atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed during any physical or chemical change. This we have already understood in law of conservation of mass. When there is a substance, that substance participates in a physical or chemical change, the atoms of that substance are neither destroyed nor the atoms of new substance are created. So, what are the three postulates? Every matter is made of smallest indivisible particle called atom. Atom is the smallest particle of a substance which takes part in a chemical reaction. And third, atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. Now let's come to the fourth and fifth postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. दोनों को इकट्ठा स्टडी करेंगे स्टूडेंट्स, तो बोर्ड पे फोकस करना होगा. यहां पे atoms of same elements are similar in mass, size and shapes. I repeat, atoms of same elements are similar in mass, size and shape. And next point, atoms of different elements have different mass, size and chemical properties. So let us understand these two postulates, and these are very simple ones. Fourth postulate is atoms of same elements are same in all respects. What does it mean? एक ही एलिमेंट के एटम्स जो होंगे, naturally they will be having same mass, atomic mass, same size, same shape. तो एक ही एलिमेंट के जो एटम्स हैं, they are same in all respects. They will be having same mass, same size and same shapes. But this theory further says that atoms of different elements are different in their mass, they have different size and they have different chemical properties. ये तो ऐसे भी सुनने में भी करेक्ट लगता है कि डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स के एटम्स हैं, और जो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स के एटम्स हैं उनके एटॉमिक मासेस, उनके साइज, उनकी केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज सब डिफरेंट होंगी. केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन्स पे डिपेंड करती हैं. वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एटॉमिक नंबर पे डिपेंड करते हैं, और जो एलिमेंट्स होंगे, एटम्स होंगे, सॉरी, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स की जो एटम्स होंगे naturally उनकी atomic number different होंगे. Because of this, they will have different electronic configurations, and because of different electronic configurations, they will be having different chemical properties. तो क्या मैंने अभी आपके साथ टू postulate डिस्कस किए? Atoms of same elements will be same in all respect, and atoms of different elements, they will be having different mass, different size, different chemical properties. Now let us pick up the other postulates. तो स्टूडेंट्स हम postulate नंबर 6 पे आएंगे. तो यहां पे आपको देखना होगा atoms are same or different elements combine to form compounds or molecules. Very simple. Atoms are same or different elements combine to form compounds or molecules. And इसके साथ ही next one, atoms combine with one another in a simple whole number ratio to form compounds. तो यहां पे देखिएगा स्टूडेंट, जो हम स्टडी करेंगे ऐसा ही कुछ हम लॉ ऑफ कांस्टेंट प्रोपोर्शन में भी अंडरस्टैंड कर चुके हैं. फर्स्ट आई से दैट atoms of same element, atoms of different elements, they combine with one another in a simple whole number ratio to form compounds. तो क्या कहता है Dalton's atomic theory? It says that atoms of same or different elements then combine with each other to form compounds. वो एक दूसरे के साथ एटम्स, चाहे सेम एलिमेंट्स के हैं चाहे डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स के हैं, जब वो एक दूसरे के साथ रिएक्ट करते हैं टू फॉर्म कंपाउंड्स और मॉलिक्यूल्स, दे रिएक्ट विद ईच अदर इन अ सिंपल होल नंबर रेशियो. तो ये 2 पॉइंट्स मैंने आपके साथ बात की कि एटम्स सेम एलिमेंट के हों या डिफरेंट एलिमेंट के हों, रिएक्ट करते हैं विद ईच अदर वन अनदर टू फॉर्म कंपाउंड्स और मॉलिक्यूल्स. एंड व्हेन these atoms combine with each other, these atoms combine with each other in a simple whole number ratio. Now let us come to other postulates. और स्टूडेंट हम postulate यहां से स्टडी करेंगे which is in accordance with law of multiple proportion. Atoms of two different elements may combine in different ratios. I say that atoms of different elements may combine in different ratios to form two different compounds. This point should be understood at least with one example. What does this point say? Atoms of two different elements, they may react with each other in different ratios, and if this occurs, they will be forming two different types of compounds. So in this point, Dalton says that if there are two different elements, they react with each other in different ratios, they will be forming the different compounds. Let's understand this point. Students, I have two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. सेम एलिमेंट्स लेंगे, 2 और मोर. वो सेम एलिमेंट्स जो 2 और मोर हैं, वो एटम्स है डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स के हैं. वो डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स के एटम्स डिफरेंट रेशो में रिएक्ट करने पर डिफरेंट कंपाउंड्स बनाएंगे. यही आई हैव एटम्स ऑफ 2 डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स, हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन. You know that hydrogen and oxygen on reaction, they may form H2O. Same two elements, hydrogen and oxygen, on reacting with each other, they may also form H2O2, that is hydrogen peroxide. How is it possible? होप करता हूं मेरा क्वेश्चन आपके ब्रेन में एंटर कर रहा होगा. एलिमेंट्स टू हैं, वो डिफरेंट रेशियो में रिएक्ट करने पर डिफरेंट कंपाउंड्स बनाएंगे. हियर आई टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन. हाइड्रोजन ऑक्सीजन रिएक्ट करने पर वाटर बना सकते हैं H2O. सेम टू एलिमेंट्स रिएक्ट करने पर H2O2 हाइड्रोजन peroxide भी फॉर्म कर सकते हैं. लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड. then hydrogen and oxygen elements react with each other in a ratio of 1:8 by mass. That's the important point. Then the elements of hydrogen and oxygen react with each other in a fixed ratio of 1:8 by mass. They produce H2O. And when same atoms of two elements, hydrogen and oxygen, when atoms of two different elements, hydrogen and oxygen, react with each other in the ratio of 1:16 by mass, they form H2O2. So what is the conclusion? क्या कंक्लूजन होगा स्टूडेंट? यहां पे एलिमेंट हाइड्रोजन ऑक्सीजन 1:8 रेशो बाई मास से रिएक्ट करने पर प्रोड्यूस करेंगे H2O. और सेम टू एलिमेंट्स H2 एंड O2, हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन, इफ दे रिएक्ट विद ईच अदर इन द रेशो ऑफ 1:16 by mass, they form hydrogen peroxide. So I hope you understood these postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. Very rapidly, let's recapitulate. Recapitulation is very important. Every matter in the universe is made of smallest indivisible particle called atom. Every atom is the smallest particle which takes part in a chemical reaction. Atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. Atoms of same elements are similar in all respects. Atoms of different elements have different mass, shape, properties, size, etc. Atoms of same or different elements combine, react to form compounds, and when they react to form compounds, they react with each other in a simple whole number ratio. And finally, atoms of different elements then react in different ratios. They form different compounds. So before going to the limitations of Dalton's atomic theory, let's understand in brief what are the various postulates of Dalton's atomic theory that explains the laws of chemical combination. Dalton's atomic theory का एक postulate क्या कहता है? Atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. This postulate of Dalton's atomic theory is in accordance with the law of conservation of mass. ये postulate law of conservation of mass को follow obey करता है. One of the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory says that atoms, same or different elements के एक दूसरे से react करते हैं in a definite and simple whole number ratio. ये जो postulate है Dalton's atomic theory का कि atoms of same or different elements react with each other in definite proportion in simple whole number ratio to form compounds. This postulate Dalton's atomic theory का जो है ये वेरीफाई करता है लॉ ऑफ कांस्टेंट प्रोपोर्शन. तो आइए देखते हैं कौन सा ऐसा postulate है Dalton's atomic theory का which verifies law of multiple proportion. And this is the postulate. Atoms of two different elements may combine in different ratios to form different compounds. This postulate is in accordance with the law of multiple proportion. Now, Dalton's atomic theory का एक postulate ऐसा भी है जो law of reciprocal proportion को एक्सप्लेन करता है. अगर यहां पे देखा जाए, हमने आपको एक पोस्टुलेट में बताया एटम्स कंबाइन विद वन एंड अदर इन अ सिंपल होल नंबर रेशियो टू फॉर्म कंपाउंड्स. ये स्टूडेंट मैंने सिंपल वे में यहां लिखा है. दिस पोस्टुलेट सेज, द पोस्टुलेट नंबर 7 जो हमने बोर्ड पे लिखा है, ये पोस्टुलेट सिंपली क्या कहता है कि एटम्स सेम और डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स के जो हैं दे रिएक्ट विद ईच अदर in a simple whole number ratio, and this simple whole number ratio may be same or it may be some simple whole number multiple of each other. That verifies, that is the basic point of law of reciprocal proportion. लेकिन आपने एक बात अगर नोट की हो, डाल्टन्स एटॉमिक थ्योरी लॉज ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन जो है उनमें से सिर्फ उन्हीं लॉज ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन को एक्सप्लेन करती है विच आर बेस्ड ऑन मास. 4 लॉज ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन आर बेस्ड ऑन मास. लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मास, लॉ ऑफ कांस्टेंट प्रोपोर्शन, लॉ ऑफ मल्टीपल प्रोपोर्शन, law of reciprocal proportion. These laws of chemical combination which are based on mass, they are verified by Dalton's atomic theory. But the final law of chemical combination, that is law of combining volumes, which is also known as law of gaseous volumes, that law is not explained by the Dalton's atomic theory. So that is one of the limitations of Dalton's atomic theory. So let us understand the various limitations of Dalton's atomic theory. So first, I say it explains only those laws of chemical combination which are based on mass. First 4 laws of chemical combination are based on mass. The 5th law, the law of gaseous volume, it is not based on mass. It is not explained by Dalton's atomic theory. Point number 2, it does not explain why atoms of different elements are different from one another. Student, this is very simple point. We all know that atoms of different elements are different from one another. But this is not explained by the Dalton's atomic theory. Further, we know that atoms same element के हों या different elements के हों, they react with one another and they form compounds, they form molecules. Why do they react with each other to form compounds? That is not explained by Dalton's atomic theory. कि why atoms of same or different elements react with each other to form compounds. Today we know stability concept is there because of which they react with each other. Like at the time of Dalton, it was not known to why atoms of same or different elements react with each other to form compounds or molecules. Further, this theory fails to provide a clear distinction between the ultimate particle. Ultimate particle means smallest particle. Between the ultimate particle, this theory does not provide clear distinction, clear difference between the ultimate particle of an element and the ultimate particle of a compound. तो याद रखिएगा, ultimate particle of an element and ultimate particle of a compound which has independent existence. और स्टूडेंट याद रखिए, हम बाद में पॉइंट लेंगे, द स्मॉलेस्ट पार्टिकल, चाहे एलिमेंट का है, कंपाउंड का है, किसी भी सब्सटेंस का है, which has independent existence, that is called as molecule. So this theory fails to provide a very clear difference between the atom and the molecule which have independent existence. Some atoms have independent existence, noble gases, and compounds, their components have independent existence. So this theory fails to provide a clear distinction between the ultimate particle of an element, that is atom, and the ultimate particle of a compound, that is molecule, which have independent existence. And finally, between the atoms and the molecules, there are some binding forces जो molecules के अंदर atom को connect करती हैं. Binding forces molecule को एक दूसरे से connect करती हैं. This theory fails to explain the nature of binding forces which are found between the atoms and molecules. और यही binding forces पे डिपेंड करता है कि मैटर, लिक्विड, सॉलिड, गैसियस कौन सी फॉर्म में अकर करेगा. तो स्टूडेंट यहां पे हमने लिखा बिल्कुल लास्ट में, इट फेल्स टू एक्सप्लेन द नेचर ऑफ बाइंडिंग फोर्सेस फाउंड बिटवीन द एटम्स एंड मॉलिक्यूल्स व्हिच क्लासिफाई द मैटर इनटू द सॉलिड्स, लिक्विड्स एंड गैसेस. वो बाइंडिंग फोर्सेस एटम मॉलिक्यूल में जो अकर कर रही हैं, जो मैटर को सॉलिड, लिक्विड, गैसेस में क्लासिफाई करती हैं, उन बाइंडिंग फोर्सेस का नेचर क्या है, क्या होगा, दैट इज नॉट एक्सप्लेन्ड बाय डाल्टन्स एटॉमिक थ्योरी. तो स्टूडेंट, a lot of work was done by some great scientists such as J.J. Thomson, Lord Rutherford, Neil Bohr, and several other scientists. And after the work of these scientists, we were able to know that there are several limitations in the Dalton's atomic theory. For long, Dalton's atomic theory held its ground. But after the work of these scientists, we came to know that there are several limitations of Dalton's atomic theory, which we discussed one by one. So now, attempt was made to modify Dalton's atomic theory, and that theory was called Dalton's modern atomic theory. Dalton's modern atomic theory. So students, now we will study some features of Dalton's modern atomic theory. After removing the limitations of Dalton's atomic theory, it was modified, and modified Dalton's atomic theory was called Dalton's modern atomic theory. To study Dalton's modern atomic theory, let us move to this side of the board. So let us now discuss modern atomic theory. Students, now nothing is left to study in this topic. Very simple. Atom is no more considered indivisible. This is already known to students of class 11. Now atom is divisible into number of particles. In today's modern studies, an atom is divisible into more than 200 different types of particles. And out of them, 3 are the fundamental particles. इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, जिनकी डिस्कवरी जे थॉमसन ने की थी, स्टडी करेंगे हम क्लास 11 में, प्रोटॉन्स एंड न्यूट्रॉन्स. टुडे वी डू नॉट कंसीडर एटम एज द indivisible particle. It is divisible into so many different types of particles, जो मैं आपसे एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर में बात करूंगा, और उन डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ पार्टिकल्स विच आर फाउंड इन द एटम, उनमें मेजर पार्टिकल्स जो है दे आर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, प्रोटॉन्स एंड न्यूट्रॉन्स. सो now this is not correct that atoms are indivisible. They are divisible into number of particles, and out of which 3 are the major ones: electrons, protons and neutrons. Point number 2, बोर्ड पे देखिएगा, atoms of same element may have different atomic masses. This is very simple. This point is applicable in case of isotopes. खुद आइडिया लगाइए. Isotopes are the atoms of same element but they have different atomic masses. अगर आप देखिएगा स्टूडेंट, कहीं पे मैं आपको एग्जांपल दूं, लेट्स टेक द केस ऑफ क्लोरीन, एलिमेंट क्लोरीन, Cl, क्लोरीन. It has 2 isotopes. One has atomic mass of 35 and the other isotope of chlorine has a mass of 37. तो क्या हुआ? क्लोरीन के जो दोनों के दोनों आइसोटोप्स हैं वो एक ही एलिमेंट के 2 आइसोटोप हैं, बट दे हैव डिफरेंट एटॉमिक मासेस. डाल्टन्स थ्योरी क्या कहती है कि सेम एलिमेंट के जो एटम्स होंगे दे विल बी सेम इन ऑल रिस्पेक्ट, बट दिस पॉइंट इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल इन केस ऑफ आइसोटोप्स, बिकॉज इन केस ऑफ आइसोटोप्स एटम्स ऑफ एन एलिमेंट हैव डिफरेंट एटॉमिक मासेस. थर्ड पॉइंट, इसको रिवर्स करेंगे. एटम्स ऑफ डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स मे हैव सेम एटॉमिक मासेस. An example is isobars. According to Dalton's atomic theory, different element के जो atoms है, they are different in all respects. They have different masses and all that. Study किया हमने. But this point is not applicable in case of isobars. Isobars are the atoms of different elements, but yet they have same atomic masses. Here is the example: argon and calcium. Argon and calcium, they are the atoms of 2 different elements, but they have same atomic masses. Atomic mass of argon 40, atomic mass of calcium 40. Next, atoms of different elements may also combine in a complex ratio in some cases. According to Dalton's theory, एलिमेंट्स जब रिएक्ट करते हैं और कंपाउंड फॉर्म करते हैं, दे ऑलवेज रिएक्ट इन अ सिंपल होल नंबर रेशियो अकॉर्डिंग टू Dalton's theory. But in some cases, atoms of different elements may also combine in a complex ratio. Here is the example. Student, this is sucrose. This is sucrose. C12 H22 O11. C12 H22 O11, and this is sucrose. It has atoms of 3 different elements: carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. And these 3 different elements, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, they are combined in a ratio of 12, ratio 22, ratio 11. And this ratio cannot be a simple ratio. It is a complex ratio. होप करता हूं आपने अंडरस्टैंड किया होगा. And now let's come to the final point. According to Dalton's theory, atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. But in case of nuclear reactions, this point is not applicable. Nowadays, atoms are not considered indestructible. हम न्यूक्लियर रिएक्शंस में एटम ऑफ वन एलिमेंट को एटम ऑफ अदर एलिमेंट में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. एंड द प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड एज ट्रांसम्यूटेशन. तो स्टूडेंट, हमने क्या कहा? न्यूक्लियर रिएक्शंस में कुछ स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट्स यूज करके वी आर एबल टू कन्वर्ट एटम ऑफ one element to the atom of other element. If this happens, then atoms can never be called indestructible. I am talking about the case of nuclear reactions. यहां पे अगर आप एग्जाम्पल लें स्टूडेंट, देखिएगा, atoms are no more indestructible. If I have nitrogen, दो एग्जाम्पल्स मैंने बोर्ड पे लिखी हैं. हम नाइट्रोजन एलिमेंट के ऊपर बम्बार्डमेंट करवाएंगे अल्फा पार्टिकल्स का. स्टूडेंट, ये अल्फा पार्टिकल है. बाय डूइंग सो द एटम ऑफ नाइट्रोजन एलिमेंट इज कन्वर्टेड टू द एटम ऑफ द ऑक्सीजन एलिमेंट. तो क्या हुआ? नाइट्रोजन डिस्ट्रॉय हो गया. नाइट्रोजन का एलिमेंट डिस्ट्रॉय होके कन्वर्ट हो गया इनटू द न्यू एटम of a new element, and that is oxygen. In another nuclear reaction, if we have uranium 235 is its mass. जो बॉटम पे लिखा है वो एटॉमिक नंबर रहता है. अगर हम यूरेनियम 235 पे न्यूट्रॉन का बम्बार्डमेंट करवाते हैं, स्टूडेंट, ये न्यूट्रॉन है. ये जो मैंने एन लिखा है यहां पे आने वाले टॉपिक्स में आप पढ़ेंगे दिस इज न्यूट्रॉन. क्योंकि न्यूट्रॉन का कोई चार्ज नहीं होता, इसलिए इसके बेस पे हमने 0 लिखा है. और न्यूट्रॉन का मास 1 AMU होता है. तो अगर हम यूरेनियम 235 पे न्यूट्रॉन का बम्बार्डमेंट करवाते हैं, यूरेनियम 235 इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू अ न्यू एलिमेंट विच इज प्लूटोनियम 239. सो क्या कंक्लूजन निकल रहे हैं? न्यूक्लियर रिएक्शंस में एटम्स डिस्ट्रक्टिबल है. टुडे एटम्स आर नो मोर कंसिडर्ड इनडिस्ट्रक्टिबल. जो केमिकल रिएक्शंस हैं वहां पे ये पॉइंट खास एप्लीकेबल नहीं है, लेकिन ये पॉइंट्स एप्लीकेबल है इन केस ऑफ न्यूक्लियर रिएक्शंस. एंड यू हैव आल्सो अंडरस्टूड दैट in two types of nuclear reactions, nuclear fusion and nuclear fission. Some mass of the nucleus is destroyed to energy. स्टूडेंट, होप करता हूं आपको क्लास 10th का याद आ रही होगी साइंस. न्यूक्लियर रिएक्शंस, न्यूक्लियर फ्यूजन एंड न्यूक्लियर फिशन. इन दोनों रिएक्शंस में क्या होता है? न्यूक्लियस का थोड़ा सा मास एनर्जी में डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाता है. एंड द मास विच इज डिस्ट्रॉयड टू एनर्जी इन अ न्यूक्लियर रिएक्शन that can be determined by using a famous Einstein's equation, and that is E equals to mc square. E is the energy emitted and m is the mass defect. Mass defect means m is the mass of the nucleus which is converted into energy, and c is the velocity of light. So these are the postulates of modern atomic theory. So students, I hope you understood this topic, and if there is any problem, if you watch this video for 2 or 3 times, you will be able to understand all the concept which is hidden in this topic. मैं यहां से अब कैमरा के सामने से हट रहा हूं। 1 मिनट के लिए हमारा कैमरा बोर्ड को फोकस करेगा ताकि आप बोर्ड से स्क्रीनशॉट ले सकें और फिर वहां से जो हमने बोर्ड पे लिखा है उसको आप नोट कर सकें और अपने नोट्स प्रिपेयर कर सकें। थैंक यू वेरी मच।